Hi you guys. So in this video I'm going to assemble a little 34 ICH single barrel carburetor. They're quite popular. Guys use them for conversions on Land Rovers and old Mercs and all kinds of stuff. And the reason why they're popular is they're so simple, put together, well put together. And most of the spares from the 32, 36 and the 38D gas fit on these. And the jets and all of that, but I'll show you. It's actually quite a nice carb. Here we go. So here's the carby. I've cleaned it up a little bit. Just to show you how interchangeable things are. That air mixture screw is from a 32, 36 and a 38D gas, the later models. That's from a 38D gas and a 34D gas. And this is from the 32, 36, the earlier models. And all of those three will fit in there and work. This one you will have a problem because you're not going to be able to put a spring on it. But the point I'm trying to make, if you're in an emergency, somewhere in the field, in the bush or whatever, and you've lost that or broke or whatever, you can use one of those to put it in there, which is brilliant. So on the inside of the carby, unlike the 32, 36 and D-gas that's got those little balls and plungers in here, this one's got the non-return on the inside, exactly the same as the 36 DCD7. So which I think is brilliant. And then that's the accelerator pump jet. The kit that we provide has got an O-ring for that. I'm going to put that together quickly and we'll see if it sprays. So I had to prime it a couple of times. I've got fuel in the float bowl. And I've put that non-return of the 36 DCD7 in there, and voila, it works a treat. I always prime them like this without the jet in case there's gunk in here. You never know, and if there is a little bit, we'll pump it out like that. Accelerator pump is completely different to anything else, and it gets an O-ring around it, and it literally just pushes in there. But voila, it works perfect. Another good thing about these carbies is the emulsion tubes, air jets and main jets are exactly the same as the 32, 36 and the 32 and the 38D gas and all of that. So to jet this to your needs is actually quite easy. I'm not going to jet this, I'm just going to put this back because that's what came out of there. So the needle and seat on these carbies are the same as the other Webers. I'm not going to replace this one. This is a rubber tip and they are brilliant. But we'll test it anyway. Remember, before you put it on, you've got to put your gasket on. We actually supply these, they laser cut. So put the gasket on before you put your needle and seat and stuff in. Before you put your float in, you can put the needle and seat in anytime. So setting the float level, I've already adjusted this one. This is a 6mm drill. You can use a 6.5mm drill, but it's not that critical. And with your gasket on, you must make sure that your gasket is nice and flat. This drill must go through there without lifting the float. And if you hold it like that, I'm going to try and hold it like that and show you guys. You can also see, whoops, if your float is level or not. That's the low level 6.5mm, and the high level, that distance there on the high level is going to be 13.5mm. So you can do that with a 13.5mm drill bit. That's the easiest to do. And now it's time to put the top on. One last thing, these little sieves that go in there, they're also exactly the same as the bigger carbs. So is the nut. I'm just going to clean this one up, screw it on, but they're exactly the same as the bigger carbs. So the idle jet on these are unique. The other carbies don't fit. We do provide an O-ring in the gasket set that we provide, and it simply just goes in there. I didn't change the size on it, but the idle jet goes in there. So this carby, as primitive as it might look, it's actually got a power valve system. The power valve system goes on top there, and it works with this diaphragm. which you sort of struggle to find. This one is still in good condition. And what it does, it actually seals off. There's a port that goes from there through there and back into the carby. It goes back into the channel of the air jet. Through the bottom there, it goes that way and into the channel of the air jet. So what it does, at low RPM, when there's high vacuum, it is pulled open and you get full air through to the air screw, to the air correction jet. And when there's low vacuum, when you're on full throttle, it actually, the spring overcomes the power of the vacuum and it actually closes, and then you're getting air straight through that hole. But inside that hole, I don't know if you can see it, inside that hole, no, you can't see it, is a orifice, is a calibrated bush. So by doing that, you're giving less air to the air correction jet, and you're actually enriching the system that way. So that's actually very clever. I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of lube to try and preserve it, and then just put it together. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna install the accelerator pump diaphragm. So we make up these kits, we sell them. I'll show you in a minute. But we don't include the pump diaphragm, because you don't always have to replace it, number one. And number two, these are exactly the same as the 38D gas and all of those carbies. So very universal carb, these. So there it is, carby done. This one doesn't have a choke, but what I will do is the few bits and pieces that I've got off the choke, I'll put back. So if ever I come across one and I can nick the choke from that, I can do it. But this carby as it is perfect. Ideal for someone that wants to do Weber conversion on his Land Rover or whatever. There you are, 34 Weber done. So that's that little carby done. Fantastic little carb, universal. It can be used on just about anything. They are still sold in Europe as a conversion kit for Land Rovers and those kind of things. You get them in a 25, a 27 and a 29 Venturi. This one I think is a 25. The 25 Venturi is ideal for smaller engines up to I think 1300 or so. And then the 27 Venturi from 1300 to 1700 or 1800 or something. And then the 29 Venturi from up to maybe a 2.5 liter single barrel. So brilliant little carby. And if you don't have the right Venturi, you can just board it out. I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to put it on the shelf. So I'm going to spray it with WD-40 or Q20 or whatever to preserve it. Otherwise, everything inside is going to start getting powdery and corroded and all of that. Anyway, I hope this helps someone. Be safe out there.